every single field, with the exception of Tiny, will be ready next month. So we have a huge harvest coming in, and nothing better to do than just get going, I think. Welcome back, everyone, to the Countryside Lands. This here is our last clover hay bale that I know of, and I am going to feed it to the meat cows up here. Then we are pretty much going to get into July, because that is where the bulk of our work awaits us. 7 fields, if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, they are ready for this delivery here. There you go, guys. Enjoy. Now, one thing I want to do before I get over actually is do the change the greenhouse, the growing house. Let me see. Let me show you. I've been doing tomatoes just because I thought there was virtually no difference, and I don't think there is a big difference. But I do know the lettuce is talked about as the best one. So I'm just looking into switching to lettuce. It does take twice the amount of water per product, and the difference between cycles per month isn't all that much. You know? Does this mean we get 4,000 liters for pallets essentially per month? I don't know, but we'll see. You know, if it makes us 1,000 more euros in a year, it's just generally better, you know. But yeah, I guess now both of the tasks that I had considered to do before moving into the next month are done. So I guess I'll just get over to July and see how much we can get done in one episode. Can we get 7 episodes? Wait, what? Not episodes. Can we get 7 fields harvested in one video? I think we can. We'll have to see. Alright. Oh, the sheep pasture is full. We didn't lose that much money, I don't think. Let me just move the pallets before we get any further, otherwise I think that notification is gonna ding us all day. So, as you can see in the background there, most of our fields are ready. Let me just... I think I'll just start with pushing them away, and later I will, you know, pile them up. Alright. That's a very, very bad power in this little forklift front loader sort of thing. Good. Now this is more in the way technically than ever before, but we're good. I think we're good. Anyway, now let's take a look at the map. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the clover, 6 and 7 fields, all orange, ready to be harvested in the same month. Crazy. Now let me get over to the harvester here. I will put a worker on the first part at least. I will start on 33. I think that's what it's called, the one behind the shed there, because yeah, I just want to take them by type, if that makes sense. And Honeyfield is canola, the only canola field. And these wheat fields here, Gregory and 33 are, I think it's 33. They are wheat, so we can just get going there. I'll put like I said, I'll put a worker on so that I can do the mowing, sorry, on the clover. Nope, not that. This one. Alright, AI worker. Alright, and off you go. Yes. Now I won't use this one, but I will try to push these here out of the way. Alright. It is working relatively decently, and now I'm just trying to push. Oh man, that's so much. Okay, everything is taking longer than anticipated. That's because I keep... what? That's not what I wanted to do. Oh man, I might have to deal with this later. I'm gonna put the water in the greenhouse because now I have doubled the use of water, if that makes sense. We'll go through twice as much more water now. Really? Okay, I need to take a screenshot of this. I don't think that is how you're supposed to do things. Anyway. Okay, he is on the way there. And now, I think this can handle the whole setup, the mowing setup, this small tractor, but I'll just use the larger one just because I can. This is definitely not how you do it. Would you ever do this? It's too heavy. I'll try to get this weight out of here. And get this out of there. I'm trying to do things just quick and easy, and that's what's making them not work. And then it's taking longer than ever it would have ever needed. Alright, there you go. I think I should be able to get out of here now. Good. Now, the mower. I will fetch that. I can't remember. I seem to remember, have a memory at least, of not using the tether. I can't remember. Let me just take a look. They do need grass. Yeah, hay is better for all of our animals. It doesn't matter for the sheep or those, but I'll make hay then. Clover hay. Just because that is basically better. I think it actually gives us more liters as well. I'm not sure. Alright, let me just do this on a little time lapse, and then I'll take over the harvester, I think. Now, that's the field harvested and baled and everything. I just have to transport them away, but other than that, it's all good. How is the yield here? Doesn't say now. The map looks good, though. Let me take a look. Yeah, okay, that was weird. It hadn't updated that, right? So, yield is on here, right? Yeah, it's about 95 to 100, yeah. So around 95%, 97 maybe. That's pretty good. Same with, it's even higher on that field. Yeah, mostly 100%. Beautiful. Now I did forget to do straw on that first field. It's not really a crisis. You can tell how many, you can just see now how many straw bales we do have. But I do want to make them so that I can sell them. It's a little bit more work, but it's worth it, I think. Especially given our goals, we need everything we can get. Now I'll pretty soon here take over the harvester job. Well, that's gonna be a time lapse again, but okay, this is bad. I tried to reverse this here earlier. You saw that in the time lapse. It didn't go well. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's beautiful, but or it's not beautiful. Sorry. Sometimes it doesn't work. I think it's because of that extra thing. Let me show you. This extra thing here on this one makes it difficult to reverse. It doesn't behave the way you expect it to. Well, the grain harvester is almost full, it just told me. So let me switch the tractors here because this isn't powerful enough to pull the whole thing. Now this guy can actually go on to the seeder if there's anything we should seed immediately. But other than that, I don't think there is. Where is it? There we go. So I do want to fill the trailer up full as if I can. That way it's gonna make it a little bit. Oh, it didn't. Didn't hit. Well. Yeah, it's gonna make us give us a better overview instead of taking partial things, partial trailers. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, 11,000 liters, and that was just that one field. So we're looking at least, I'm gonna guess 30,000 of wheat. No, that's too much. 25 maybe then. No, 30. I'm sticking to 30. It is the first thing I said, and that should be the last thing I go by, or something. Actually, I can drive it directly to. I have to drive. Actually, I should drive it directly to the grain mill. I shouldn't store it at all. So, even another reason to do the full trailers. Look at that. Yeah, I'll drive this over to the grain mill, and then I will take over for that guy. Oh look, even our neighbor is harvesting. Looks like... I can't tell them apart. It's either a peas harvester or a spinach thing. Or some of those things. Alright. This is so loud, but... Alright, second time we're filling this up. And we should get even more bread. I don't think it renders from here on. You can see it through the trees, but I don't think you can actually see how many we have. But let me show you a thing or two about this. What? Green mill. Is this empty now? No, still working. Good. Or, yeah, sure. Bakery. It's stockpiling bread already. So we have a lot on the ground and in the bakery. Alright, that was the first trip. We will, because I have the yield tracker mod, I can see the final harvest. I don't have to memorize the numbers actually. But yeah, that is the wheat fields halfway through, I think, and then we do have the oat fields, these two here on frame now. And then we have a barley field at 89. So, actually, yeah, I'll stick to my word, and I'll give this guy a break, and take over from here, I guess. Alright. That is the field done. Now, I'll accept that little tuft of wheat up there. Let me just get that, and then I'll move on to, I think, the oats. I'll take the canola last. And then, yeah. You know, the barley in between there. Alright. The pipe is out, right? Yep, it is. Let me just move on to this guy. Yeah, it's definitely 2 loads. And then some. That's pretty good. Now, yeah, it's probably eaten through most of what I gave it already, the grain mill. But we will see. So this one here should take a little bit of time as well. And then the other one up behind us soon, or now, is definitely a large one, and it's a hilly one, or a sloped one, so it's gonna take a while. Oh look, there's our other neighbor harvesting as well. Looks like he has a larger harvester than we do, or is it a smaller one? Not really easy to tell. Alright, here we are. I hope when I'm doing this in first person, yeah, it's difficult to actually see, but alright. Oh no, that's too loud. Perfect. Now, there isn't much to go over other than this harvest, I think. As soon as... Yeah, I think this episode we're gonna focus on the harvest, and the next episode we are gonna, you know, consider the crop rotation, then we start planting and planning for the next thing. I'm not gonna get into too much baling. I might do 1 or 2 fields just while the harvester, just to get, you know, things done at the same time. I think I'm gonna bale up this Gregory field, and then I'm gonna, yep, that's this one. I can kill this thing. I'll try to do a little drive-by here. Oh, it still has 3,000 liters. Let me actually, while this is happening here, let me take a look. Nothing of that much interest. What I did want to look at then, though, is... What is this here? No, yes. This is the one I have. Alright, it doesn't really combine with anything else. 258 horsepower. Now, it doesn't show us, you know, there is this. This doesn't show, oh, is this the one I have? Yeah, but I'm thinking of this. This doesn't show us, you know, the power requirements. But still, 106, way too expensive. Way too expensive. Alright, now it's the oats, and that means I am gonna put on a worker. Then I'm gonna bale my own Gregory field. Alright, good. I'll use this guy, I think. I think it should be able to handle it. Good. Yeah, I keep mixing things up, which machines the small tractor can actually take. I do know it's the roller, I think it's the seeder and the baler. I just can't actually remember. Let me pick this one up while I'm here. Alright, minimum damage. Actually, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with windrowing, I don't think. I think I did that also last time. Or is it worth it? I think it's worth it. Let me just finish this line though. It's gonna be annoying having half a line. I might not be creative enough, but I'm just thinking I'll do a time lapse here again, I think. And then, yeah, we'll see. Both time lapses this time around have been quite long. So I'll try not to keep this too long again. But we'll have to see, really. Windrower, that is over here. Just one more line to go, and almost out of round bale netting, and I think the worker is almost done, at least full. I did get the warning just now about 80%, but I think there's just this. Yeah, they finished their task. Nice. I'll just finish this real quick. Wow. Like I said, I wanted to try to harvest everything this episode, but we still have 3 more fields to go. So, and they are all kind of large. Actually, 89 is not that large, but yeah. So that's either a bunch of more time lapses, or I just split it into a little bit more, you know, do a little bit more harvesting next episode as well as mulching and everything. This is gonna be a large endeavor here. I'll just pick up a little bit of straw to finish the bale, I think. Oh, not enough. Pretty round number though. Alright. I'll just put the bale off here and... no, not do that. I'll just detach here. Alright. How much space is there in the tray? Yeah, it's not much. Let me... yeah, actually I'll drive the other one over, because I need the harvester up on the hill. Actually, that just gives me an idea for a name of that field. Let me show you. And there we go. It's gonna be... like, so I don't lose the number, I'm gonna put it like this, but the name is going to be Hill Field. Very creative. Alright, that's done. Let me bring the harvester over. Yeah, it's either that I time-lapse the harvesting or the mulching and baling. So, yeah. Now, this is episode 49. And my sort of initial goal was to reach 50 episodes, and then I also put other what do you call them, goals on a piece of paper, and I kind of want to reach all of them as well, and they include 500,000 in the bank, the surrounding fields, which are these 2 here around us, to our left and to our right. And I want to do some of the canning productions. But oh, what? No field course detected. What? Yeah. Okay, I'll just have to get into the field, I think, first. There you go. Good. Yeah. So I do think we do have at least one more year to go in game, because we need the money in to buy these fields. Maybe these are too ambitious fields, but maybe also 50 goals, 50 episodes. Getting this done within 50 episodes would have required way more of goal-oriented playstyle, if that makes sense. I do feel like I could have progressed faster if I wanted to do this within 50 episodes. Maybe I'll do that one day, that sort of challenge. Time limit to reach certain goals, but yeah, I think by no means next episode is not... Okay, there's a lot of double negative in that sentence. You know, the next episode is not the last episode, so by far, I think. But we'll see. If you know, we're in a good rhythm with the field work, or basically with every task of the farm, as a usual sort of, you know, task load, if that makes sense. So like we did now, where we skipped through like 3 months, maybe 4 months in one episode, just to get to the harvest and whatnot. You know, maybe that means we can get through more episodes per month on average, and that would require less episodes to reach those goals. But yeah, we definitely need one more winter, you know, selling season. And you know, with all of this grain that we're producing here, and the bread that comes from that, and now the goats should add a little bit through their milk. Yeah, and the straw. Yeah, it's all coming in pretty nicely. So maybe, you know, definitely when we are done with March, maybe April next year, then we should be very close to, we will at least get this field here to our left hand side here, just because I need the grass. The field in front of us, and also that field being harvested in the distance there. Yeah, then I want to have €500,000 in cash in the bank. I could do it by selling some things off. That's kind of a cheap way to do it, I think. But yeah, so maybe 2 more years to go. Now, this is kind of lucky if you think about it, the crop rotation wise. Due to our crop rotation plan, we have a lot of grain in the ground in the same year that we acquired the grain mill. So it could have gone the way that we would have had mostly corn or sunflowers this season, and also getting the grain mill, you know, and it wouldn't pay as much as fast. But this time we are getting we're getting what, 6 fields worth of grain, different grains, but still grain overall. And look, we're done 1.5 headlands almost, a little bit less, and we are 60% almost. And this one is yielding very well. All of our fields have yielded well. Apparently the nitrogen level didn't ruin too much on this field. It wasn't good. But yeah, I think this is like top 3 if you think in terms of size, this field. Actually no, sorry, I was talking about 6 fields. One of the fields is canola, but that in itself, it's gonna yield us good income, I think. Yeah, all of these fields up here, really, these 2 and the grass field really do lend themselves very well to combining, and so do Honeyfield and Gregory. But it maybe I'll do that one day, just to not, lessen the workload a little bit. It could be something to do, or keep in mind at least. Oh, I just remember now, the slurry. I need to move that at least before I get into August next time. Or, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be next episode, but yeah. Alright, last pass of the headlands. That is almost a full trailer, or not, harvester. I don't know why my mind does that. It sort of just auto-fills the sentence. But yeah. 85%, maybe 86% when we're done here with just the headlands. I will drive over. Oh, actually 87. Pretty nice. Yeah, let me, just to, in interest of time, I usually do this. I've done this every, in all of my years of playing this game. Put on a little worker there while I'm driving between. Yeah. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I counted correctly, 8 bales of straw just for that field. That means 81 is giving us similar. Whoop. And this one even similar as well. So we're looking at the very least 24 bales on this side of the farm. The canola, of course, doesn't yield any straw, so that's not going to help us. But the barley does, and it's a small field, so I think we are very good there. Let me just fill the trailer and I'll run over while the worker is continuing. Alright. Oh, sorry, didn't notice that. Let me just put on a cruise control here and hopefully not crash into anything. But I will take a look. We have 18 point something thousand, 18.5. So the grain mill does oats at a rate of 15 to 15, so 1 to 1. So for, let me just think a little bit here. Is this the first? Yeah, we haven't delivered oats, I don't think. Maybe it's gone through it already, but yeah, that was 1/2 of what I wanted to do. Bakery takes flour at a rate of 1 to half, essentially, or 2 to 1, so a simpler way to put it. So we are getting about 9,000 liters of bread just from this trailer load. From every full trailer of oats, at least, we are getting that much. 9 loads of bread. Or 9 pallets. What about the other ones? Wheat, for example. That is a little bit less, so we're getting 80% back on that instead of 100. So yeah, it's maybe 8. Let's just roughly say 8,000 liters that we get for there, and barley is even worse. Right, it's almost a third that we lose. So yeah, 70 down to 70% something. Yeah, maybe 65 or so. So that actually makes the oats the best, grain to bread, at least. Best ratio. But I have to factor in the yield amount, the growth time, everything. So I tend to treat these, roughly as the same. Maybe there's a clear winner, but I also just like doing every bit of grain or crop that we can. It's kind of boring just doing soybeans all the time, every time. Okay, I need to stop this guy here, otherwise I'm gonna ruin everything. I'll just take over from him, actually. Actually, that means I can just continue here until it's full. AI and this guy. Alright. This might leave a little strip afterwards for us to pick up, but no bother really. Yeah, this is with the remaining field here. I do think we can get maybe not 2 full trailers, but we are looking at maybe, let's say 16 pallets of bread for this field alone. No, for both fields. Sorry. I forgot that I included the other thing in the first trailer load. Alright. I don't know how much I actually took away from the harvester before. I did have quite a full load coming from field 81. I need to name that field as well. Let me think of something good there. You know what? Wow, that's actually kind of large. So, rename. You're gonna keep your original number so I don't lose you. Alright, and I don't know. It just looks like a yam right now, but I don't wanna do crop names. I did honeyfield though. I had the idea of midfield. Right. Just like a soccer reference, but it's not good, but yeah. It's sort of in the middle of, not the complex, but it's in the middle of our of our route to everything else. We can't tend to pass by it quite often. On all sides, really. That's the idea behind that. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll been talking for a while now, so let's put on one last time lapse, I think, if that is not too late already. And oh no, what am I? Yeah.
Sundown and salty cheese. It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start these fights, don't hate my guts right now, 'cause I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver lining when
Now, almost done. Oh, yeah. I didn't expect this to be this much, actually. I was thinking maybe one load of the harvester. So this is very good. Might be a full... No, it's not going to be a full trailer. We need 2,000 extra to get there. 2,500 actually. That's just not what is remaining here. I don't think, at least. Yeah, I'll finish the harvest and then I'll empty into the trailer. After that I don't have to wait. But yeah, by my calculation, there's been a few a few time lapses. If most of them are 2 minutes long in post-production, then we are roughly into the 40-minute zone right now. And or kind of halfway through to the 50s, I think. But so that means I'm not going to do the last field today. It's just going to be yet another time lapse in the same episode. It can be fun from time to time, but yeah, I will start next episode with that harvest and then get into all of this straw collecting that needs to be done. Now that in itself deserves a time lapse or two probably. So yeah, don't be surprised if there's even another episode with a bunch of time lapses again. But yeah, it's very good that we can actually time lapse, because if I had to have everything in real time, this would have taken 3 episodes probably, or the episodes would be 3-hour longs. Not that this has taken actually 3 hours yet, but alright, that is 16,000 liters of barley also going in to the grain mill. Perfect. How is the bakery doing with all that flour coming in? Barely notices it. Now, I don't think we have passed through too much of it. Yeah, we've been in the same month this whole time, so I'm not gonna see it eat through it as fast in real time for us than we did last episode when we jumped through like 3 or 4 episodes. But yeah, I think I'll just get this to the grain mill and then I will call it there, because I can drive the grain mill. What? That didn't make sense. Okay, I'm just trying to say words and I haven't found them in my brain. What I wanted to say is that I can drive the combine harvester to our farm between episodes. So the only thing I really need to get done on film here is drive this barley up to the grain mill. Yeah, those were the words I was looking for. Very nice to drive through this little city here. Only it's got one main street and then 2 adjacent parallel streets, but it's still a city. On a farming simulator scale, this is definitely a city. Look at that bread. And I even have... I can't remember the ratio conversion, but this might be 3 pallets of bread. I'm just guessing purely. I think barley is the worst converting to bread grain in the game. But then again, the yield might be the best, so you might not need as much ground to produce the same amount of bread, which is also good. But oh man, so loud. I was gonna say thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and that you join next time when we harvest one more field and then collect the straw. And actually, I don't know. That might be enough for a whole episode, that one. I doubt there is. I think there is more to do. But yeah. Until next time. Remember to like and subscribe on your way out, and take care. Goodbye.